hear what he say,
and
whoever say, and then check the facts. You know, if you match what they say.
So let me understand now your principle again. So now you have several Arabic-speaking people, and they give you conflicting meanings. You yourself don't speak Arabic. So how are you going to know where lies the facts?
Yeah, so I listen to what they say, then I make up my own mind.
Now, how would you make up the mind? Because you don't know Arabic.
Because I gotta listen to what he says.
Yeah,
what
good.
He says. And
How
then,
do you know who's speaking the facts?
You know what I'm saying? Then you as I say, you check it out. Listen to audio. So you listen to you check it out. You make.
You don't know Arabic language,
You know
so
what
how
I'm
do you
saying?
check?
You know what I'm saying? Find out those who are genuine.
Hang on. When you say genuine, so you have about 2 billion Muslims. They don't accept what your two individuals say. So you're saying those 2 billion Muslims are not genuine, but only two human beings are genuine. Does that make sense to you?
I just said only true.
Okay. The 2 individuals that you brought forward, they have a meaning to this text. And 2 billion Muslims have a different meaning to this text. You as an individual who have a brain, tell me, which meanings are you going to take from? The 2 billion agree on something, or 2 people? What is your criteria on accepting? Which one and why?
Repeat the question.
Okay, I'll repeat it. To understand the meaning of the text, what exactly it says, 2 billion people, they say this is what it means. They agree on it. And only 2 people that you brought, they say no, it means this instead.
Actually, there's more people.
You brought 2 people, let's stick to the 2 people. So why are you going to accept the meaning of the text from 2 people instead of 2 billion people when they agree on that?
Who are the 2 billion people? Who are the 2 billion?
Muslims. 2 billion Muslims.
There's more people that agree with that meaning.
Do you think the meaning of the text is agreed by more than 2 billion people, and this is what it means?
Because prayer, Salah, you know, when Muhammad said,
you're now telling me what it means. We are saying
I'll check it out.
Look,
because
wait.
Just take what they say and
Okay.
run with it.
Okay.
Just because they're 2 billions.
Okay.
Listen, there's a way that seems
Can
right
I?
to men, but ends in destruction. Just because a lot of people are following it,
Okay.
I'm not going to follow them.
Okay, you know what? Okay, maybe, you know what? Okay, let's give you some credit there. Maybe 2 billion people are wrong in understanding what it means, and 2 persons knows. Fine. Can I suggest an alternative? That when we want to resolve a dispute when it comes to language, we go to authorities of the language. It could be someone who's a lexicographer, someone who is a linguist of the language, or we go to the lexicons, dictionaries of that language, authoritative dictionaries. Is that a better way? Very good. We agree. I agree with you. So when it comes to linguistic disputes, we need to go to the authoritative dictionaries of that language. So when it comes to dispute about Arabic text of the Quran, what it means, we need to go to the authoritative dictionaries of Arabic language. Do you agree? Good. So name me 3 authoritative dictionaries of the Arabic language that we should go to, and you have consulted already.
You tell me because you speak Arabic.
I didn't have a problem with this. You disputed it, and you said it didn't mean that. So, name me one.
I haven't got that with me right now.
Do you know a name of Arabic authoritative dictionary?
No, I don't. No, I don't.
You don't. Right. So, from the start, from the get-go, there's a problem in your research. When you said I looked into it, there's a problem there, which is when you have a dispute of a text, what it means, instead of going to the right source, you went to the wrong source. The wrong source will always mislead you, okay? Because they're not authoritative. If there were someone who knows the Arabic language like a dictionary, an authoritative person, I would say, yep, we can take what they say at least. But as you know, I know these 2 individuals, they're not authorities.
I know. He speaks Arabic.
So does he. So does this brother. So it's not about someone speaking the language. We went.
I need us to break it down.
No. What we have done here is this: instead of taking the people who speak the language, we've gone to the authorities of that language. And authorities of the language is they are referring to the standard authoritative dictionaries, lexicons.
Have you got the dictionary?
And I do, in fact,
Show me.
I went.
Show me what
No. Listen, I am not going to spoon feed you when you have inadequate, insufficient, unacceptable research. Your research needs to be modified by going back to those dictionaries and see what the dictionary says. I myself actually have done that. And I have made a video already, and it's online, and you missed it. It's actually called on this very, does Allah pray? And you missed it. You could have just simply typed in on Google or on YouTube. Let's do that, okay? I'll show you something. Look, okay. You think I'm just making this up, maybe? Okay, so let's go to YouTube, here. Let's go to search. And does Allah pray? Oh, look at that. First page. Look. Can you see that picture? Does it look like me?
It looks like your brother.
Looks like my brother. It's got my name on it as well, so MANSUR. And it's on my channel called Dawawise.
You're not twins.
Yeah, look, it's on my channel as well. Okay, that's one. I'll show you another one on the same video. This, in fact, once you know my name, does Allah pray, and put then MANSUR on it. Yeah? Since now you've known my name. And guess what? What it brings. Oh, look. Claim of Allah praying. Brother MANSUR, 4 years ago. Okay. So when you...
I could show you.
Wait, no.
I could show you different
Stop.
As you go online.
No, stop.
I could show you. There's a lot of video.
No, I have a point.
Allah prays.
You know,
who does he pray to?
I am making a point. You did research by going online, and you missed the vital research by my humble self. I'm sure you could do it. You could do it. You could have done it. Okay? They didn't have time to do it. I took some time to do it. That's the difference. In this, what did I do? I went through the classical dictionaries. Most of them, if not all of them, that is something sufficient for this. And I went through and I explained, and I answered that question already. So your research from the get-go wasn't a research. It was really a very bad attempt in exploring and learning someone else's faith, which is really not something that we should do in this day of age. If I want to learn about your faith, I'm not going to go to someone who doesn't have a clue about your faith. I should go to your scholars, your scripture, your commentaries. Do you agree? To learn about your faith? We expect the same from you, that if you want to have some understanding of our faith, go to our authoritative sources. So I explained there from authoritative dictionaries that the word Salah, okay, Salah as you're saying, has several meanings. One of the meaning, as everyone understands, including yourself, is about worshipping or praying. But it has also other meanings, which is about magnification of praise, mercy, glorification, blessings. It means all of that from the Arabic language itself. So we cannot go and say, oh, who does Allah pray? Because it becomes a laughable. Because in context, Arabic language demonstrates to you that this meaning cannot be applied. Which meaning applied? As it fits in the Arabic language in context. Because, for example, the tree has a bark and a dog barks too. But you can't say this bark, does this tree have a bark means he's actually barking? We have to contextualize the words and meanings within the framework of a context. So that's exactly, my friend, what we expect you as a critic of Islam, as a non-believer in Islam, to do. So once, I want to summarize. I want to summarize. So I want to summarize.
I'll let you speak.
30 seconds. So I want to say, stop going further on this topic. Go home or take a break over there. It's only a small video. Listen to it. And then formulate your research question again.
Yeah,
does that sound sensible?
Just like you just when I speak to the guy, and he called you. Yeah. So I go to people who are more knowledgeable.
Done by the dictionaries?
The guy was speaking to.
No.
The guy was.
Are you guys more knowledgeable than the authoritative
I didn't cut
dictionaries?
you off when speaking.
I apologize.
I
apologize. Do you accept?
As the guy was speaking to, he called you, right? Which are not knowledgeable, right? So the people I go to, they're more knowledgeable, and I know they know their stuff. You know what I'm saying? They know their stuff, so that's why I go to them. You know what I'm saying? I mention the name Christian Prince.
Is he knowledgeable?
Very
okay.
knowledgeable.
Does he lie?
No.
Okay, one second. Stop it. Wait, one second. Now,
Yeah.
go to YouTube again. Look.
I'm saying.
Look.
So.
No, one second. You say he doesn't lie. What if we show you more than 100 videos done exposing his lies? Not one, not two, not five, not 10, not 50, more than 100 lies.
No, now we go to another topic.
No, we're not. Because you are going to a person who is a liar. Why would you go to a liar?
Some shamoon go to, you know what I'm saying? These people know.
Where did you study Arabic? This individual you mentioned, wait 1 second. This individual that you mentioned, where did he study Arabic? I can tell you why I studied Arabic. I studied Arabic in the University of Damascus. Where did he study Arabic?
You're going to ask him?
You are bringing him as an authority. So you should have some knowledge already. Otherwise, you're going by what? Blind assumptions.
He speaks Arabic. I know he speaks.
Where did he study Arabic? Look at the quality of your research.
Well,
the difference between...
Christian Prince.
No, I'm talking... Look, Christian Prince, as you said, this individual, I don't know why you call him a prince.
Because that's the name. The princess. Because that's the name.
Oh, his name is Christian as well. Okay, let's call him Christian. The Christian, does he lie? And you said no. And I said, what if I were to give you in the YouTube more than 100 videos about it?
We all lie.
No, documented lies.
Bro, all of us have lied.
Documented lies.
All of us have lied.
If I lie about something and you can see that it's a lie, you would say this guy is a liar. If you see this Christian, he lies on 1, 2, 3, 100 issues, you would say this guy is a pathological liar. You would not, with all your integrity, take his words when he's a liar, would you? Would you take a liar's word and say, he's going to give me support and salvation? You'll be someone who call like you even be childish. That's insane to the least. So I am saying the meaning of the text when does Allah pray? There's already a video by my humble self and various others. Go and check it out. And then take this video to your two individuals and say, how do we respond to that? Because if I've given Arabic authoritative dictionaries from Muslims and from Christians, do you know Christians have their Arabic dictionaries? Did you know the Christians also they have their Arabic dictionaries? Did you know? You didn't know. But I even consulted that and showed you from there, from Arabic. I mean, you can just watch this 20-minute video or whatever yourself now and get an education. For example, it's quite easy, it's free. But what I'm saying, you are a young person. You are the future. Young people are the future leaders, and we want you to be critical-minded, critical thinking, sincere, have the passion for the truth. When you want to establish truth, you have to have the right approach to establish the truth. If you have a methodology which is faulty, you're going to have a result which is faulty. Ask anyone, they'll tell you. So if you are doing some research which doesn't have the robustness of a research, it's faulty to begin with, then you need to ask yourself, why am I doing? Do you study? Do you go to college? Do you go to university? They will tell you that's not the way to approach. The way to understand the falsity and truthfulness of something is really to critically analyze it with the right means and methods. That's the only way we can arrive at the truth. Otherwise, you will be called a blind, not yourself, anyone who does that, a blind bigot who is having some kind of biases, and based on that, they have made up their mind without accepting critically analyzed information and then disregard it just because they don't like it, because it goes against their belief, their ideology, their culture, their paradigm, whatever it might be. So you as a young person, look, you are intelligent. There's no doubt about it. Young minds are fresh. It's not polluted. It's not been brainwashed by lots of things. Use the God-given faculty of intellect.
Of course, it's my mind. And what brought me to Christ is not what someone told me. It's an experience.
Can people's experience differ? And through their experience, they worship a tree.
You know what I'm saying?
Do you agree? Do you agree? Some people can lead themselves with experience to worship a rat or a tree. Would that be true?
I came for experience. I should have been locked up, career washed up. If it wasn't for Jesus Christ,
okay,
I would have been locked up.
I understand your experience is valuable.
No
one can take your experience. Can you take his experience away? You can't. No, look. I'm agreeing with you. I'm agreeing with you. This gentleman cannot take your experience away from you. It's valuable to you. But I am saying there are people with their experience that have come to accept a God which is a rat. You know what a rat is? A mouse and a rat? And they say this is God. Some people say this tree through their experience and they'll worship a tree. From this, you as a young person, you will say, something's not right with this approach of taking experience. Because I came to Christ with my experience, but people through their experience, they came to a tree as their God, a rat as their God. Then experience cannot be the arbiter or the arbitrator. Something doesn't sound right here. It cannot be the one that deciphers what is right, what is wrong, what is truth, what is falsehood. Because if it was the case, everyone's experience should have brought them to Christ. But it brings them to a monkey god, a rat god, a tree god, or no god. Yeah? So, do you agree an intelligent person like yourself need to think outside experience and say, maybe I need to ask about other approaches in which I can really critically analyze what is right and what is wrong, what is truth and what is false. For example, does the Bible tell you that this tripod is God or not? I have not read it in the Bible.
I don't need the Bible to tell me that. It's common sense.
Oh, good. Well done. You see, I told you he's intelligent.
You gotta
Look, brothers, I told you he's intelligent.
So you gotta use your
common
brain.
sense.
You gotta use your brain. So you gotta make up a choice.
Right.
So read the Quran, read the Bible,
Okay, common
make
sense.
up your mind.
No, common sense.
That's make up your mind.
Look, I agree with you. Look, I agree with him. Look, I agree.
Which I'm saying.
Common sense.
That's what I'm saying.
Let's talk about common sense.
So
we'll talk about common sense.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta make up. God gave us a brain, so you better make up your own choice.
Yep.
If you wanna follow Allah, follow Allah. If you wanna follow Jesus Christ, follow Jesus Christ. Listen, it's simply a choice. You gotta
agree,
and you gotta.
We don't disagree. We agree a lot.
And the results you have to deal with.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So all I'm saying.
I agree with you. Everything that you just said, I agree.
My faith is in
your own choice.
Jesus Christ.
Consequence is yours too.
I believe he died, resurrected, and that's the difference between the Quran and the Bible. Okay. The Isa of the Quran never died. According to the Quran, Surah 4:157, Isa never died on the cross, only appears. Yeah, the Jesus of the Bible.
Does the Qadianis know that? They should learn from him.
So that's the big difference between the Isa of the Quran and the Isa of the Bible. Because the Bible said without the shedding of blood, there is no forgiveness of sin. So blood is in Jesus Christ shed his blood. The Isa of the Quran never died. So he cannot help me. He cannot help no one. There's no salvation.
So a dead God can help you.
You know what I'm saying? Jesus died, resurrected.
So God that dies and resurrects helps you. Okay, fine. Remember we talked about. Okay. Let me try to understand this. No, I understand you. No, I understand your point. There's a difference between when the Quran presents about Christ and so on. But you said something beautiful earlier on, and I told all the others, he is intelligent. You said common sense, right? Does common sense tell us God, who is all knowledgeable? You know what it means by all knowledgeable? Knows the past, the present. Wait. Knows the past, the present, and the future. That's what all knowledgeable means. So when God is all knowledgeable, meaning he knows the past, present, and the future. Okay, he knows it all, right? already. Does common sense tell you this God who knows everything already can then become ignorant? What does common sense tell you?
Waiting for an answer.
What's your point?
What does common sense tell you?
What's your
That's my point. When you have a God who is all knowledgeable of the past, present, and future, can this all knowledgeable God ever be spoken about that he can become ignorant of the future when he's already aware of the future? Common sense, I'll tell you now. Common sense tells us it makes no sense to say that he can be ignorant of the future because he knows the future already. So any belief which holds primarily, firstly, that God is all knowledgeable, do you hold that? Good. So any belief which holds God is all knowledgeable, at the same time cannot say, and it not make sense if it said that God then becomes ignorant. Because ignorance of something is not possible for God, because he is all knowledgeable. But in the Christian theology that people have told you to accept, they tell you that God took on a human form and he became ignorant. Philippians 2, being in the very nature like God, he did not consider himself equal to God, but he made himself nothing and he humbled himself. Philippians 2 you've read? Well, I have, and you too. So it tells you there that the all knowledgeable, all divine God, he limited himself and made himself nothing. And when it comes to knowledge of that day and of that hour, no one knows. Not even the angels in heaven, not even the Son. Who is who? The Christ. But only the Father. So here in Mark 13:32 and various other references, you have someone who's supposed to be God, all knowledgeable, doesn't know the hour and says someone else knows, and that's the Father. Well, then he is eligible to be God because he knows the hour. He knows everything. So you have a concept of God which goes against common sense, which you adore and I adore. I accept and you accept. So we have now a problem, a belief which tells us to go against our common sense, to believe God, while he's all knowledgeable, he becomes ignorant and not all knowledgeable. Common sense tells us to reject that concept. Common sense tells us to reject this tripod is not God. Like I started questioning, it doesn't have to say in the Bible or in the Quran that this is God or not. Our common sense will reject that tripod, or even that one, which is nicer. I'm not discriminating, or even that one, as God. Because none of these have the qualities of being God, okay? So God is a perfect being. None of these things are perfect. God is self-sufficient. None of these are self-sufficient. They were made. They were dependent. These are finite. God is none of that. So, common sense tells us there's a problem with the Christian belief about the incarnation. God coming down in the form of something like a human being, limiting himself, his knowledge, and various other things. So, how do you resolve this problem? Because the common sense that God has endowed you with rejects this.
See, that's the difference between Islam and Christianity. You see, salvation is found in none other. Salvation. That's why back in the old days, they used to offer lambs once a year. They used to offer lambs for their sins once a year. The Bible says Jesus is the perfect Lamb of God. He was slain before the foundation of the world. You know what I'm saying? So this is the gospel. Our good deeds cannot save us because none of us are good. If you break the law, stand before a judge and say, "Oh judge, look at my good deeds, alhamdulillah," the judge will say, "Ashallah, you're going to jail." Because you commit a crime, your good deeds are got nothing to do with your crime. You know what I'm saying? So we're in trouble in Judgment Day because our good deeds cannot help us. We're all sin. We're broke. Sin came from Adam. When Adam transgressed the law, how come is as his offspring? We to the day today, we're dealing with the consequence of sin. Adam's sin and go cast the ground. That's what work is hard. So you have to sweat. To eat, to earn, you're gonna sweat. Why women have pain when they're baby? This comes from the curse of sin, and that's the problem we're dealing with. And only the Bible has solution of sin, which is Jesus.